to be sharing with you how I made these vegan chicken and waffles for breakfast. So starting off, I'm going to be preparing my king oyster mushroom to make our vegan fried chicken for that chicken and waffles. So I just broke up one king oyster mushroom with my hand, and then I added it into my food processor to kind of chop it up a little bit like this. And then I'm going to be taking another bowl and I'm going to be adding to it, this is just some garbanzo bean flour. And then I'm also going to be adding with that garbanzo bean flour, some white spelt flour. In some water until I have a nice like pancake batter type texture. So it should look something like this, and feel free to season that batter to your liking. Here I have, again, this is the white spelt flour and garbanzo bean. I added it into those mushrooms and I'm just mixing it around. This is going to help kind of absorb any of that liquid, and also when I press the mushrooms, it's going to allow them to kind of stick together like this. I just dip that in that wet batter that we just created, and I just rub off any excess batter, and then I just toss that wet battered mushroom into the dry batter. Some grapeseed oil. And this is what it begins to look like when they start to fry. And then I like to, from here, after frying them, add them into my air fryer to just extract any excess liquid and moisture and really make sure they're nice and crispy, but that is optional. You could eat them just as they were out of the pan. Next, I'm going to be making this blueberry syrup. I just took some washed blueberries to my cast iron pan and a little bit of agave syrup and let that warm up. And it literally was that simple. It was just those two ingredients, the blueberries, agave syrup, and when they kind of cook together, it turns into a nice like blueberry jam. Next, I'm going to be making my waffles. I just took 1 cup of white spelt flour. So 1 cup of white spelt flour and then a little bit of cinnamon. And then I'm just going to be adding in some spring water. And then I'm just going to add the spring water gradually and mix it around until I again have that nice runny texture. I also did add in 1/4 a cup of coconut cream. Going to add that waffle batter into my waffle maker. Next, I'm going to be making our breakfast scramble, which is going to be like our vegan eggs. So I'm going to be taking 1 small tomato, about half of a brown onion, and I'm just chopping all of that up into nice small cube-like sized pieces. And then I'm also going to be cutting up just a little bit of mushrooms, and I'm going to add all of that into my cast iron pan, again with a little bit of grapeseed oil or whatever cooking oil that you prefer to use. Just adding in all of those vegetables. And then I'm also adding in some Anaheim pepper. You could also use green bell pepper as well. This is just what I had on hand. And then the actual vegan egg is going to be Ackee Ackee is actually a fruit, and it's actually very popular in a lot of Jamaican cuisine. So I'm just taking some seasoning salt and then a little bit of green onions. And Ackee makes a really great plant-based vegan egg replacement. It has a really great texture, and in my opinion, it is the closest texture and taste to a vegan egg. Next thing I'm making is a potato scramble. You can use burro bananas if you would not like to use potatoes. They make for a great potato alternative as well. I'm just adding in some red bell pepper, again, that Anaheim pepper, and then I'm also going to be adding in some brown onion. And then I'm just going to add some seasoning salt and then again some more grapeseed oil. I'm going to give all of that a nice toss around, and then I'm just going to be adding all of these potatoes into my air fryer, and I'm going to bake them for 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or just until they are fully cooked. Here is that chicken and waffles. And look at the inside of that, y'all. Just adding some fresh blueberries. I'm adding some coconut cream powder because this is like my substitute for the white powdered sugar. Was coconut cream powder, and then I'm just adding all of our blueberry syrup slash jam, whatever you want to call it, to this glass dish so that I could pour the syrup over the waffles and the chicken. Now that I've added that blueberry syrup into that funnel, I'm just going to drizzle all of the syrup over the waffles, and then I am going to just get ready to plate it and serve it. And that will pretty much conclude this recipe for our vegan chicken and waffles. Let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comment section down below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you were new here, and I will see you guys in my next video.